This is the 4-2D lesson. We're going to focus on horizontal and vertical lines. Horizontal lines look like this, like a horizon line, and vertical lines look like this. So number one, we can already tell if we look at the graph, because the graph has been completed, that we are dealing with a horizontal line. It says complete the table of values for the graph line. So -7. So we're going to look on the x-axis for -7, which is right here, and the y value is 4. 4 is 0. We're going to look where is x0 on this line. It's up at 4. When x is 3, what is y? It's 4. When x is 7, what is y? It's 4. And then we're going to pick another point from our graph. I'm going to pick this one. That is x is 1 and y is up 4. So what do we notice about the y values? Well, they all equal 4. They're all the same. Next, we're going to identify the y-intercept. Looking at our graph, we're looking for where does this line pass through the y-axis in our y-intercept. And in fact, it's right here too in our table. So it's 4 or 0, 4. The slope, if we go back to slope birdhouse or look for our m, whenever we saw lines that looked like this, we said the slope was 0 or 0. And then we're going to write the equation in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So we're going to go up here and we're going to copy down these answers, that this is my y-intercept, which will be my, b value, which I had plugged in a second ago. And my m, which is my slope, is there. So I have y equals 0x plus 4, which simplifies to y equals 0 times x is 0 plus 4 simplifies to a final answer of just y equals 4. Which kind of makes sense because all the y values for this line are 4. We're going to look at another one, number 2. Feel free to pause the video. If you want to try number 2 and then check it with the video, you could pause the video right now. We're going to look at another horizontal line, and we're going to do the same thing. So for an x value of -4, -4, the y value is -8. For an x value of -2, the y value is -8. For an x value of 0, the y value is, yep, you guessed it, -8. And for an x value of 6, the y value is -8. We're going to pick another point, any point we want. I'm going to pick this one. Feel free to pick a different one. And this point is right 3 and down 8. What do we notice about the y values? Well, again, every point on this line, all the y values lead to -8. They all have a y value of -8. Our y-intercept is right here. You can also spot it on our graph. It's right there where the line crosses the y-axis. The slope for a horizontal line is 0 or 0. In the slope-intercept form, feel free to pause if you need to think about those last 3 questions. Well, on the last one, we saw that we did a lot of work, which we can do, and we just got y equals 4. And that was because all the table in the ordered pairs had a y value of 4. So what we could say here, we can also do it the long way, but that what we see is that all of the y values equal -8. And if you do it the longer way, you'll get the same answer. It's a little weird though, because we think of this is the y-axis, I believe it's labeled, but that the graph for a line ends up being horizontal. It's sort of opposite from what it is as it relates to the y-axis. So all horizontal lines have 0 slope. All horizontal lines can be represented by the equation y equals a number. Horizontal lines. So it looks like this. I want to sketch that again. So there's our first rule that we're going to use in this lesson as it relates to horizontal lines.